Hey guys, what's up? It's been another week. Hope you guys had a good weekend. I had an amazing weekend. I didn't go to San Diego like I'd hoped. Plans fell through at the last minute, which happens. Must not been meant to be yet. So I had my bag packed anyway, and the car was filled up, and I thought, I'm getting out of this town for a few days. So I drove up to Sacramento to visit my parents up there. And we hung by the pool and went to a movie, and I went and got my nails done and just had a really good, relaxing time visiting my dad and the family up there. So I drove home on Monday and got home at about 4 in the morning, and then went to work on Tuesday and got my blood work drawn yesterday and made cupcakes for a coworker and collapsed at like midnight last night. So I'm dragging a little bit today, but we'll get back in the swing of things. So, and I have to show you guys the cupcakes I made. There's a girl at work, and we talk about Despicable Me all the time, and she really wanted a stuffed minion for her birthday, and I couldn't find one. So instead I went on Pinterest. Well, no, actually this one was on a blog, but anyway, I went and made her minion cupcakes. So I'll put up a picture so you guys can see what they look like. So I had, let's see, what I want to talk about a lot of stuff, but the main thing is I have my doctor's appointment today, and I'll be honest, I feel like punching somebody in the face. I'm not happy today. I'm angry at the world. I don't normally get pessimistic. I'm usually a pretty optimistic person, but I'm extremely frustrated and tired and all kinds of pissed off, and I feel like yelling a bunch of 4-letter words at the top of my lungs because my numbers went up again. And it's not a giant jump. I started at 30. My last appointment was at 50. Now I'm at 80 something. And they're just not going the right direction. So we have to discuss our options. And I hate discussing our options because my doctor today told me that cancer's a crapshoot, that we don't know what works. If we knew what works, we cure cancer already. So it sucks. It really sucks. He says he has 200 plus medications in his pharmacy, and those combinations work different for every single person. And we just have to keep troubleshooting and keep trying different things to see what keeps my tumor markers down without going back to chemo. That's kind of like the last resort. So because the markers went up again, we're going to try an injection of Lupron? Hold on. An injection that makes your estrogen stop producing from your ovaries. Apparently I had the rule of tamoxifen completely wrong. When I thought I was taking tamoxifen to suppress my estrogen, and I am. I mean, that's what it does, but it doesn't do it like I thought. I am taking Lupron, Lupron. It's a once monthly injection that has to be done at the doctor's office, and I try to make light of my appointments. And when I was there, my favorite nurse, do you call guy nurses? His name was Curtis. He and I joke around a lot, and he goes, well, I have good news for you. I don't have the Lupron in the office today. And I was like, okay. He goes, plus we have to wait for your insurance to approve it, so it's going to be another week. It's like, okay. And he goes, but when I get it, I get to stick you with a big effing needle in your ass. And I was like, ha. He goes, ha. No, seriously. I have to, that's where it goes. And the needle's like this big, and it's not going to feel very nice. And just to let you know. And I went, are you fucking kidding me? Really? So, back to tamoxifen. Anyways, so tamoxifen suppresses your estrogen, but it doesn't make your body stop producing estrogen. It just blocks the receptors that take the estrogen that your body makes and distributes it wherever it needs to go. So it really has nothing to do with stopping the estrogen. It just doesn't let your body absorb it, so your cancer can't feed off of it. But when your body can't feed off of estrogen in your bloodstream, it starts to look for estrogen in other places, and your ovaries release estrogen into like your tissues, and the pill doesn't get rid of that. So the only way to really stop your body from producing estrogen into the tissue so your cancer can feed off of it is by shutting your ovaries down. So they're going to kind of put my ovaries in hibernation, and tell them not to produce estrogen, and see if that level will keep my tumor markers down. And so we'll see my next appointment. If the numbers go up again with the injection, he hasn't really told me what he wants to do. He wants to confer with my radiation doctor. He had mentioned today that he wanted to know how long it had been since I talked to Dr. Dean, because I had radiation to my neck where they took out my tumor, and ask him why we didn't radiate my chest. And I said, well, we were so concerned with radiating my neck and getting the tumor out that we never discussed my chest. And he said, well, I said, plus I have a double mastectomy, like there's no breast tissue there to radiate. And he said, well, usually when we don't radiate a part of the body where the breast cancer originated from, there's notes in here why we didn't do that, and I don't have any notes, so I'm just going to check with him what the reason was. And I said, well, should I have gotten that done? And he said, no, not necessarily. I just want to confer with him. Quite frankly, there's a lot more advancements in radiology and radiation types of treatments than there are in chemotherapy right now. So maybe there's something that he has, after I tell him your numbers and where the cancer is and stuff on deck, that might help us where my chemicals and my pharmacy and my chemo can't do right now. So I'm going to talk to him, and if we come up with any ideas, then we'll let you know. But otherwise, right now the plan is to take these injections and hope that reducing estrogen even more will make the tumor markers go down. So I'm happy we have options. That's great. I'm not happy that I've been taking my vitamins, I've been taking fish oil, I've been running on the treadmill, I've been trying to watch what I eat. I can admit I'm not the best at my diet part right now, but it didn't even make a dent. It didn't make them stay the same. It didn't lower them. It's like, if I don't live on chemo, I'm gonna die. Like, I'm just super angry right at the moment. So it's not the most happiest vlog today. But don't get me wrong, tomorrow will be a different day, and I'll be super optimistic and super happy, and yeah, I'm gonna beat the shit out of this thing. But today, I feel like taking a baseball bat to a china shop. And that's how my appointment went. So I don't have another appointment to see him, the doctor, until October 5th, which is actually 5 weeks, because he's going to be out of the office. So, but next week I got to go for that shot. So, wish me luck. I'm just so freaking excited. Alright, let's talk about happier things. So, the Cowboys won tonight. Super exciting. Way to start the season. Romo actually did his job. Fantasy football drafted. My fantasy football is all set up. I'm in a football giveaway at one of the casinos down here, so I get to pick my teams and do that, so that'll be fun this year. I got more stickers for my car, and I'll post the link where you can find these. I think I paid like $3.95 for this. So this came in the mail. So I'm going to put this on my car. What else is going on? You know how you think about people, like, just randomly, and like this week, for whatever reason, I'm really missing my like second family in Hawaii. I'm missing Teresa and Alexis and Venice and Cadence and Marky and Chris and Mark. And I almost got on a plane to see them Friday. I found a good flight to fly on Friday night, but the flight coming back Monday was so freaking expensive that I couldn't go. So I just wanted to say hi, and I miss you guys, and I love you guys. And hopefully I get to come out and see you guys soon, because I really, really like that I have family and friends all over the country, because that gives me the opportunity to go travel. And I have family in Sacramento, and friends in San Diego, and friends in Utah, and friends in Hawaii, and friends back east, and it just gives me a really good opportunity to get away. And I think I'm kind of at that wanting to live life to the fullest thing right now, And so when friends text me or message me, or even people I haven't seen for years message me and say, hey, you should come visit. I'm like, yeah, I'm on the next flight. Or let me pack up the car and go. And I think people think I'm weird for running off and hanging out with people I haven't seen in years, but you don't want to regret not going, right? So let's see. I was going to talk about a bunch of stuff. Cupcakes, doctor appointment, my weekend, Alexis. So in other cool stuff besides stickers and stuff, my friend Nicole at work today was telling me about a company who sends you samples. You sign up and it's like $9.99 a month, and they send you a box every month full of a bunch of beauty samples. So you can try the newest stuff that's going to come from Dove, or the newest stuff that's going to come from Sephora, or whatever, and you get like a little box with a bunch of samples in it, and you get to try all the cool stuff. So I'm going to post that link. It's called birchbox.com. Just something, I don't know, when you're going through cancer and you're losing your hair and you're losing everything, it's kind of nice to pamper yourself, and this kind of gives you some samples that you can test out, even if you can't afford it. I can't afford to go to Sephora, so it gives me an opportunity to play around with some of that stuff. So I'll post that link. It's pretty cool. I hear it takes like a month to get a reply back from them when you sign up, but okay, so last week I talked about fish oil that was supposed to be really good for you, boost the effects of tamoxifen, and it was a really interesting study. And obviously I've been taking my fish oil for a month, and I don't know, I say it didn't work, but who knows what my markers would have been maybe without it. And that's a half full way of thinking about it. But I read a study today that said that melatonin slowed tumor growth, but it has to be taken in like anywhere from 5 to 40 milligrams of melatonin, and this is mixed with a bunch of other stuff. I thought I could start tonight and try taking a high dose of melatonin at night to see if maybe that helped with slowing down the tumor markers. But this is mixed with something called theanine and GABA, and I don't know what the facts are on those drugs, so I don't want to take a high dose of melatonin and OD on whatever else is in this pill. But I think at the vitamin store you can find straight up melatonin, and according to the study, which I'll post a link for, you can take between 5 and 40 milligrams, and it's supposed to interfere with the receptors that make the cancer grow. So and I'm not a doctor. I don't want people posting to me and saying I was telling you to take this and you take it and it makes it worse. I'm just telling you what I'm going to try, and if it works, I'll post it, and if it doesn't work, then I can tell you, and you don't have to waste your money. So I don't know what else. Okay, I'm going to sandwich this. I got a record number of good emails and comments from all of you guys. I know I need to speak up, and I know I need to cut the music out. I put the music out in the background because otherwise you heard cats and dogs and air conditioners and televisions, and I thought that was a lot more distracting than just listening to music, so I put music on in the background, but you can't hear me, so I'm going to try it without it in a nice quiet space. Anyway, back to comments. I got like 15 really good emails, and if I spent the whole time answering each one of those on camera, we'd be here for like 30 minutes. So I want just to thank you if you wrote something really good. Awesome. I got a lot of comments that I can't answer because I'm not a doctor, like what your levels should be at, or how many milligrams of a certain pill you should take. I mean, I can tell you what I'm on, but I can't say, oh, well, your estrogen seems high, because I don't have those letters at the end of my name. So anyways, I got some really good feedback. However, I also got my first hate letter yesterday, or Monday. And let me read it, and then I'll get your feedback. I can't believe I got a hate mail. So it was from a woman named Linda. I don't know where she's from. I don't know anything much about her, but she wrote me this email. Hi, my name is Linda and I have stage 4 cancer too. It's ovarian, not breast, but the experience is quite the same. I am writing to let you know that I don't think you realize the damage your blog is doing to the people you claim you're trying to help. Your experience is the exception, not the rule. You talk about how you don't let cancer affect your life and you're determined to beat it, but you're being unrealistic. You are going to die soon. I am going to die soon. That's a fact. Most of us aren't running around like you, feeling as good as you, etc. We aren't dating, going to visit friends, working 40 hours a week. You paint this like it's a badge of honor, not a curse. You paint it like it's glamorous, like it's not hard. How do you think we feel when we read your blog, hoping and expecting the same experience, only to find that we're hanging our heads over the toilets, wishing we really were dead? Losing all of our friends because we don't have the energy to go out, losing our jobs because we can't get from the bedroom to the car without collapsing from bone pain. You paint these high expectations only to fall off the pedestal and make us feel like there's something wrong with us because we can't be like you. You're making people feel worse, not better. Just an FYI, Linda. So Linda, when I read her email, I wanted to say, F you, Linda. You don't know me. You don't know how hard I've had it. You don't know, you weren't with me when I was sitting in a hospital with a freaking body cast on, or laying in bed in a freaking rehab center where nurses who didn't know what the F they were doing. Like, who are you to judge me for saying that it's not hard? You know nothing about me. And then I took a deep breath and I thought, wow, how sad. This lady is in, or girl, or whoever she is in a really crappy place. And I remember being in that place where I was angry at the world. I was angry at every single family member that I had that smoked, because they do something every day that causes cancer, and they know it causes cancer. And I don't sit in the sun, and I don't drink alcohol to excess, and I don't smoke, and I don't do anything to cause cancer, but yet I'm the one that has it, and I'm the one whose life will probably get cut short. And I was angry for a really long time, and I still have those moments. Like today, I'm angry. I'm just angry because things aren't going the way I want them to go. So I feel like that's where you are, and that's sad. And I want to tell you that it is hard. There's a reason you didn't hear from me for 4 months. There was a reason I didn't blog, and maybe that is unrealistic. I didn't blog because I was hanging my head over the toilet. I was sitting there in bed wishing that, not really so much I would die, but wishing that this sucks. I was stuck in a house. I couldn't go anywhere unless somebody drove me. I couldn't even go to the bathroom without help. It's hard. Cancer sucks. You do lose your friends that aren't strong enough to stand by you, and you do lose connections. But for me, you have to look at it the other way. Otherwise, what you have left on this planet is going to be so much more miserable than it needs to be. Like, I look at it as one of the best things that ever happened to me. Like, I have family that came together that would never talk to each other if it wasn't for what I went through. And I have friends that I might have lost touch with if this hadn't happened, that check in with me every day. I have good friends from high school who I probably would never talk to. I have a girl, she's probably going to laugh. Her name was Heather Laker, and we talked in high school. We were friends. We weren't, super close. We didn't hang outside of school all that much, but she's probably the most person active on my blog, and I don't think I would be talking to her if this didn't happen. And so you just have to take the gifts that it gives you and be positive with it. And you are going to beat it, and it doesn't have to be that way. Yeah, you're stage 4. Don't let that define you. It doesn't mean you're good. Everybody's going to die. Everybody's terminal. Nobody gets out of this thing alive. So you just have to look at it the other way. You're looking at it with such a half-empty disposition, and it does suck. There was a reason why I didn't blog for 4 months, but it doesn't have to be that way. And maybe I should have shown you me throwing up over the toilet and me crying when I had to shave my head on Christmas Eve, and shown me embarrassed because I couldn't get to the bathroom on time because I was stuck in a recliner and a body brace. But I didn't. And I'm sorry for that for you. But You just have to look at the other way, and you'll come out of it. And you'll be, you know, you make attitude as a choice, and you make a choice on how you deal with it. And you're making a choice right now to be angry, and that's okay. But just make a choice to come out of it and look at it for what it is. Just make a choice to be happy, and maybe it's easier for me than other people. Maybe that's my secret. But yeah, but post on my blog. Leave comments down there and let me know what you think. Maybe she's right. Maybe I'm leaving an unrealistic observation of cancer, and maybe I do make people feel like crap for not being able to be as optimistic as I am. Maybe she has a point. So what do you think? Does she have a point? Do I maybe need to change the way I bring my information to you guys? So, okay, I'm going to end on a happy note. I don't know if you listen to country music, but Kellie Pickler is a country music singer, and she did something really cool today. She has a friend who was diagnosed with breast cancer, her best friend, and in support of her best friend, she shaved her head, which, I don't know, celebrities do a lot of things, but not too many of them will, you know, their face is their trademark. I mean, their look is what they do every night, you know? So, to shave your head for your friend is really cool. And I had some friends who asked me, you know, do you want us to shave your head? And shave our heads for you and support? Because I'll do it. And I was like, no. Hair doesn't really matter to me. In fact, not many of you have seen me without my wig on. But it's nothing to be ashamed of. I just wear it because I don't want the weird looks at work when people see me. Plus, it's fun. I mean, it takes me 5 seconds to throw this on. It's like an accessory. So, and you shouldn't be ashamed of it either. If you have cancer, for whatever reason, I know this is the thing people dread when they go through chemo, is lose their hair, but it's just hair. It just grows back. And women look beautiful with or without it. And Kellie Pickler looks beautiful without it just as much as she looks beautiful with it. So I'll post a picture of her, but I thought that was really touching and sweet. And now every time somebody sees her, she's raising awareness for breast cancer, and it's a really, really good thing. So, ladies out there, don't hide behind your wigs. You know, it's hot in Vegas. I don't always wear mine. And I don't know, that's a cool thing. Go Kellie Pickler for showing support. And with that, I'll leave you guys. Have a good weekend. It's the first NFL weekend, so hopefully it's full of football, and I hope all my teams win. And vlog next week. Hopefully it won't be so long, because I think we're bordering on about 30 minutes of me babbling in front of the camera. So send me an email, send me comments. I don't have any questions or topics to talk about unless you guys let me know what you want to hear about, or have a question for me, or invite me to your house so I can come visit you and blog about it. Just kidding. Alright, good night. Love you guys.